Small chance of success. What are we waiting for?
Fellas, I feel this is my lucky day.
Brilliant.
Hey, and welcome to another episode of Rankum. We're here for a fun topic today. We're here to about part 2's of movie franchises, and which should be a fun topic. But I've got a great panel here. We've got Stephen here. Stephen, how's it going?
Yeah, it's going well. I love this topic, so I'm looking forward to this.
We've also got Jacob Barb here. Jacob, how's it going?
Going well. It's been a good weekend so far. Good on the sports front, and now just talking some movies. So
we've also got Jordan here. Jordan, how's it going?
It's going good, and I forgot. There's literally hundreds of second entries into franchises, so it's like this could be a debate. We'll see, but.
Yeah, no, there's definitely a lot there. We'll have one more panelist joining us momentarily. He's just been held up a bit. So we're talking about scene entries. It's definitely a lot, and there's definitely a lot that is kind of tricky. But basically, it's the second installment of any movie franchise that's self-explanatory. We are going release date order, so for some franchises that may have had prequels, like Star Wars, Hunger Games, stuff like that, we're not going to be cheating, so we get like Attack the Clones on this list because it's technically part 2 of Star Wars. We're going release date order, and that makes things much easier because otherwise there'll be a lot of cheating going on because to use Hunger Games as the example, it's like there's got one prequel, so technically the first Hunger Games would be eligible if we weren't going release date order, but we are going release date order, so it's not. So, but yeah.
So it'd be for the Hunger Games. It'd be Catching Fire would be the one that's eligible, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I think that's the most easy way that rules out any loopholes. And for another franchise, which you'll know what I'm talking about when I say this, is if it's got an extended edition, it counts as the same movie. You can say yes for the extended or the theatrical, but it's just one movie because we're not having multiples of the same movie on here. But anyway, with all that out the way, we're going to go to Stephen first. Stephen was the... Actually, how Rankum works is we go around in the panel and nominate a movie we think belongs on the top shelf list, and then everyone else say yes or no to it. But Stephen, what's the first movie you're going to bring up? Actually, before you say that, we've also got Jonathan Carroll here. I only just in time.
Just in time. Nominated the first one, yeah.
But Jonathan, how are you going?
And not too great. Not too thrilled right now.
Sorry about your football team. Sorry.
But let's get it rolling.
Yeah. But yeah, Stephen, what's the first movie you're going to bring up?
First movie I'm going to bring up, it's probably my favorite movie of if I made a list, it would have been my number one for me, and that is Star Trek II: The Wrath of Khan. Not only my favorite of the Star Trek franchises, but one of my favorite 80s movies, period. Favorite science fiction, it's, a great continuation of an episode from the original series that brings back, the Khan, Ricardo Montalban. I don't know if I'm pronouncing his name right, but he's great. One of the greatest movie villains / TV villains of all time, and all the regular Star Trek actors are great, and one of my favorites of all time. So Star Trek 2.
Jacob, what do you say about Star Trek 2: The Wrath of Khan?
See, we're already starting off tough because I do think this is a really good movie. It's probably my favorite Star Trek movie. I don't think I'm the biggest fan of this franchise, and so it's just not something that I go back to regularly. Like I've probably seen it twice, and then that's it. So I'm gonna give it a slight no, but if it makes the list, I'm not gonna be upset.
Jordan, what do you say about Star Trek: The Wrath of Khan?
Yeah, so this is tough because I'm just more of a next generation guy, and I've kind of put the next generation movies almost all of them over it. There may be one, maybe not, but and it's not even for me personally my favorite of the original Star Trek movies. I like Voyage Home for me, but so yeah, and I just think that there's so many other movies on here that deserve a spot. So I gotta say no.
Jonathan, what do you say about Star Trek 2: The Wrath of Khan?
Well, I'm not going to analyze that much tonight because I am in a tight window tonight. So I'm going to say yes. I'm going to leave it up to you, Malcolm.
Yeah. So this is tough. There is a lot of part twos I do like a lot, and I do like Star Trek: The Wrath of Khan, and it's just because I'll give it a slight yes, just because I don't think it's terrible. But I won't. I'm not going to. It's probably not. I'm not going to rank it high. I'm just going to say that. But the Wrath of Khan is going to make the list. Jacob, we're going to you next.
Yeah, so when I was kind of putting together my list and kind of what I would put towards the top, I was thinking about movies that when it came to the second part, it's like how do they compare to the first, or the rest of the franchise, or in some cases maybe it's only the original and sequel so far, which is where my first nomination is going to go, and that's going to be Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. I think that first movie is so good. I think that movie is incredible, and I'm like, oh, it's gonna be hard to top this. And then Across the Spider-Verse comes out, and you know what? I think they did. Like in my personal rankings of just my favorite movies, these are right next to each other because I have such a hard time choosing. We were introduced to all these great characters in the first movie, and then they made the second movie, and like, well, we're only going to bring back Gwen and Peter, and then you know what? It didn't even occur to me that I'm not missing those characters that we were introduced to in the first movie because we're introduced to so many other characters and so many other spider worlds that I am engaged in the story and I want to, keep going. When they come in at the end of the movie, I'm like, okay, I'm hyped for this third movie, and I think that's, what a second part should do, and I think this is like just a perfect second entry into a movie. The animation is stunning. The voice performances are fantastic. The action, I think it all delivers. So Across the Spider-Verse will be my first nomination.
Jordan, what do you have to say about Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse?
Well, this is also getting tough because I was trying to think, like I wanted to find a shirt I could wear that could be a sequel to some movie franchise, and when I was looking, I was like, I don't think that they really have that. I have a sequel to a TV series, Better Call Saul, so that's a sequel to that. But then I thought I do have an Across the Spider-Verse shirt when Jacob brought that up, and I'm like, but it's in my closet buried somewhere. So, but this is really tough because there's literally another Spider-Man movie that could be like on this list, and so I'm just not. Yeah, that is true. There's no rules against it, so we could have two. I'm just gonna give it a slight no, even though I love the franchise. But yeah, I'll just leave it up to you guys and see what you say. But I might come to regret that because it's really borderline for me. So,
Jonathan, what do you say about Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse?
I'm in the same conundrum as Jordan because I just put Spider-Man sequel. Yeah, that's what I just put. 2 or Across the Spider-Verse. So
yeah.
I want variety tonight, so I'm gonna give it a slight yes because it is a great movie and it exceeded my expectations.
Yeah, I love this is actually quite kind of tough. So I do love Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse a lot. I actually completely forgot about it. Honestly, it's like when I was making my list, it's like I focused a lot on like franchise. They've been more than I've completely. There's some that I just completely forgot. It's like, hang on, there's only been 2 movies in this franchise so far.
Yeah.
So I almost forgot another one for that same reason. But yeah, but I'm going to give it I'll give it a slight yes. I do quite like it. I think it's good.
I'm gonna leave the stream. I was gonna leave the stream if it did.
It would have come down to Stephen anyway if I said no. But Stephen, what do you say about Spider-Man?
Okay, it did make it good. I don't want to be the one to be the deciding factor because I haven't seen it.
Oh, that would.
Oh, wow. Okay. But I'm actually glad it made the list. I am. So,
Yeah.
Even though it was a tough decision.
But Jordan, we're going to go to you next. What is your first nomination?
So I want to bring up one that's an all-timer, but it's funny enough not at the tip top of my list, but it's really close. It's in like the top 5 at least, because I think one of the other ones might get brought up. But this one probably would have gotten brought up anyways also, but I'm just going to bring it anyways. I want to bring up Lord of the Rings, The Two Towers, because I think that, to me, it's the best in the whole franchise to me. I just think that's really, really good. I mean, just the battles of Helm's Deep and like the way that you really show the like just like the progression of like the two parties kind of splitting off but like doing their own thing. And it really, I think, of any of the movies, I think really franchise or showcases the friendship between Sam and Frodo, and that's like my favorite thing of the whole series, and I think it's really, really good. So yeah, Lord of the Rings: The Two Towers.
Jonathan, what do you say about Lord of the Rings: The Two Towers?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, no, this is an easy yes for me as well. I love Lord of the Rings. I think it's great, and this is one of the ones I was referring to when I said extended, and it was just the same.
Yeah.
So yeah, I do prefer the extended version of Two Towers more, but I still love the movie itself, and I can't wait to see all the extendeds on the big screen for the first time. This coming Saturday. But Stephen, what do you say about Lord of the Rings: The Two Towers?
Well, it's not my favorite of the 3, but it's still an easy yes.
And Jacob, what do you say about Lord of the Rings: The Two Towers?
It's also not my favorite of the 3 because it's one of those franchises where if I watch it, I'm watching it all the way through. Like I'm taking a weekend. Obviously, I'm not spending an entire day. Like I need a break. But I'm watching 1, 2, and 3. And I think they're all great. I think it's nearly a perfect trilogy. It's hard to find flaws with it, so I'm going to give it a yes.
That Lord of the Rings: Two Towers is going to make the list. Jonathan, what is the first movie you're going to bring up?
Well, as far as I'm concerned, this is the only sequel, the only direct sequel to win the Oscar for Best Picture. The Godfather Part 2. That's what I'm going to nominate, and it is one of the best movies of all time. Whether it's a sequel or not, it just enhances the richness of this Corleone saga with Michael's ascension into the family, where his morals are descending, and also we see Vito's ascension in the past, brilliantly played by Robert De Niro. So I'm going to go with The Godfather Part 2.
The Godfather Part 2 is my favorite movie of all time, so of course I'm going to say no.
Yeah.
Well, screw you, I'm out of here.
Godfather Part 2 is it's great. It's fantastic. There's nothing much. I've seen a lot about this in the past. Every time it comes up, there's not much more I can add about it. It's a godfather of Part 2s, in my opinion. So it's a yes. Stephen, what do you say about Godfather Part 2?
I mean, this is the movie that I was talking about, obviously, and that I was watching, that I was starting to rewatch. That I'll definitely finish it, but yeah, I mean, easy yes, obviously.
Jacob, what do you say about The Godfather Part 2?
Yeah, there were like 3 or 4 when you brought up the topic that I was like, oh, there's like 3 or 4 that I think are gonna be locked to make the list. Now, where it gets ranked might be because it's one of those movies where I understand it's like one of the best movies ever made, like objectively, but for me it's like I don't go back to it as often just because of the length and like I kind of feel the runtime sometimes, but you can't deny the acting performances and just the filmmaking of it. So it absolutely deserves to be on the list.
And Jordan, what do you say about The Godfather Part 2?
Oh, come on, you know me. I'm not like big on the Godfather franchise. I just like I don't know. That's just not an all timer for me. So I would have said no.
But The Godfather Part 2 is going to make the list. And it's bet onto me. And, I'm going to go for one that I'm fairly certain might be the first direct sequel ever made. I'm not 100% sure if that's true or not, but I'm going all the way back to the 1930s, and I'm bringing up The Bride of Frankenstein.
I didn't even think about that one. Shoot.
But yeah, look, The Bride of Frankenstein is a great follow-up to Frankenstein, and I watched it for the first time last year finally, and but I think it's fantastic. I don't remember the name of the person who played the bride, but she was just really fantastic. And so Stephen, what do you say about The Bride of Frankenstein?
Unfortunately, this is another blind spot for me. I haven't seen it.
Jacob, what do you say about Bride of Frankenstein?
So The Bride of Frankenstein was the movie that if Across the Spider-Verse wasn't going to be my first nomination, this was one that I was flirting around because I was like, it's either going to be the first one that I bring up because I want to champion it, and hopefully, if I bring it up early enough, it's going to make the list, or put it in the back pocket. And when we've said no to the last movie 7 times in a row, I was like, all right, well, let me pull this one out. I love this movie. I think of those classic Universal monster movies, I think this might be the best, at least in my opinion. I think it's got some really good performances. I mean, and it's like to think it's almost 100 years old and it's still, considered that good. Like it, I think it holds up absolutely. So I'm gonna say yes.
Jordan, what do you say about Bride of Frankenstein?
Yeah, and
you heard it.
yeah, right. The Bride of Frankenstein. I think the actress that plays her is like Elsa Lancaster or like Lanchester. I think that's how you say it.
Sounds a bit
yeah, but yeah, this is one that I totally forgot to put on my list because I think that it's the best of the Universal monster movies. The Bride of Frankenstein slapped. It's just like so good and almost like. I mean, they're 2 separate movies, but I think that there's like an alternate reality where like he creates them both together, and then there's like some like one movie together there because the 2 just pair so well, Frankenstein and the Bride. So yeah, this is a yes for me. Yeah.
Jonathan, what do you say about Bride of Frankenstein?
Yeah, this one actually totally caught me off guard because I did not put it on the list and I had forgotten about it. And I'm with Jacob and Jordan here. Actually, it is my favorite of the Universal Monsters movies. It expands Frankenstein's monsters story and loneliness and heart and everything else. And then we are introduced to the bride. So, yeah, it is a fantastic movie. So, yeah, for variety's sake, let's get an old horror film, old horror classic in there.
That Bride of Frankenstein is going to make the list.
Look at the variety we have so far.
Yeah,
I like it.
Right? Yeah, it's good.
It's a good list so far.
But Stephen, what is the next movie you're going to bring up?
Let's see. I'll bring up. No, I'll bring up another sci-fi. You know, Aliens, which I like the first Alien. I'm not as big into it as a lot of people are, but I like it. But I think what James Cameron does with Aliens is it's just another one of my favorites. And great ensemble cast. I I probably saw this movie after Mad About You. So when I think of Paul Reiser, I think of Mad About You. So when I go back and see Aliens, I'm like, wow, he plays a really great asshole. um,
Oh, yeah, Paul Reiser. Yeah.
yeah. So yeah, I mean, Aliens, all time classic. So yeah.
You're like, where's his wife? Where's Helen Hunt? Like, right?
Jacob, what do you say about Aliens?
Yeah, I think Aliens is fantastic. It's gotten it's gone up on my personal ranking every time I watch it. It's one of those movies that just gets better. To where I'm now a Alien or Aliens guy. Like I don't know. It's tough because I think they're both really good. I like the first one. Kind of goes on this, dives into the horror element more, and then this one, dives into more action. So I feel like it's just kind of what's your cup of tea if you drink tea. But I think the action's great. I think the performances are great. It's one of those, yeah, that I feel like if I'm questioning whether it's better than the original or not, like if it's part of that conversation, I feel like it deserves to be on the list, and this is one of those movies, so I'm going to say yes.
Jordan, what do you say about Aliens?
I'm gonna say, get away from this movie, you bitch, because this movie belonged on the list because it's an all timer and it's great. I mean, I'm more of an Alien guy, but that's just like taking two all timers and like trying to decide which is like the number one and number two. So yeah, but it definitely deserves a spot. So yes, for Aliens.
Jonathan, what do you say about Aliens?
Yeah, this movie and Alien deserves spots in the top caliber of each, like 1 and 2 punches. So yeah, it's 100% yes for Aliens.
Yeah, and I'm somewhere out there. Austin is happy, but it's going to make the list.
Yep.
Yeah, I do love Aliens. Yeah, it's once again just similar with Star Trek for Colin. Like, there's a lot of sequels I love a lot, and this one was just really low down my list. But I would have still given it a slight yes. So I do think it's still great, and I think officially because we have done a ranking of all the Alien movies, I think Aliens came out on top on that on the Alien ranking.
Nice.
It was either that or the first Alien. I can't quite remember which one it was, but
yeah.
But that Aliens is going to make
I think it was
list.
Aliens too.
Yeah. Jacob, what is the next movie you're going to bring up?
Yeah, I better bring this one up before it gets forgotten about. I don't think it'll get forgotten about, but I want to be the one to bring it up. Empire Strikes Back, because it's The Empire Strikes Back.
Jordan, what do you say about The Empire Strikes Back?
I'm gonna say that this is a movie where the bad guys won, and like just like you think about people seeing it in the theaters back in the day, and it's like you don't know what's gonna happen to like all your favorite characters, and like Luke's hanging by a thread, and then and like losing his hand, and then Han's in carbonite, and it's like you don't know what the fate of the galaxy is gonna be from this franchise, and it's awesome. And you had to wait like 4 years to get a resolution to this, something like that. And so yeah, this is a yes. Yeah, the more and more I think about it, like this movie wasn't one of my favorite Star Wars movies as a kid, but then the more and more that I watch it, yeah, like it's like either 1 or 2, like it's up there. So yeah.
Jonathan, yes. What do you say about The Empire Strikes Back?
If this movie's not on the list, then we might have to start over. That's how great it is. Yeah. And yeah, it's an all-timer for me. Great sequel. Great addition to the Skywalker saga. Yeah, 1,000% yes.
Yeah. I just have to make sure I remember to put the clarifications of what we were considering in there, because otherwise we have some smart ass comments in the poll when I put the polls like, but Empire Strikes Back is the 5th movie. It's like,
Yeah, right.
Well, let's think about it, because they concluded around
Technically.
83. So, and technically the 1, 2, and 3 are prequels. But
yeah.
it's okay. It's fine.
Yeah, it's why I made the clarification go release date order, because because otherwise that opens up can of worms. Like the first Hunger Games is the second part of the Hunger Games franchise now. But Empire, but Stephen, what would you say? I say you split the Empire Strikes Back, obviously. But Stephen, what do you say?
Yeah, I would have said yes. It's great.
All right. Jordan, we go back to you for your next nomination.
So I want to kind of try to like keep the list kind of like very diverse, a lot of different things on here, because I think we got a great variety going. This isn't one that I initially thought of at first, but then doing a little more research, I'm like, oh shoot, this movie deserved to be. It might be one of the single greatest martial arts movies that I've ever seen in my life, and the choreography is just incredible. But I want to bring up the Raid 2, because I think that there's a case where like I'm not sure which way it's gonna go, because it depends like who's all seen it and like if you're really into this type of thing. But yeah, I think that like Gareth Evans, it like put him on the map for me. I mean, well with the first one, like honestly, but then this one, like I like the second one even more for as incredible as the first one is, because you have that awesome kitchen scene in there, and then the main guy, like the Iko Uwais, or however you say it, like he's great in it, and yeah, so I think that's one of the best martial arts movies of all time. So I'll say The Raid 2.
But Jonathan, what do you say about The Raid 2?
It's an awesome movie. I actually watched it for the first time last year, and it's a great film. Again, I use this word, but it expands this world in this chapter of Rama's life, the main character played by Iko Uwais. And he basically, once again, vows to protect his family from harm. I think the first movie is more character focused, whereas this one is more plot driven and action driven. This is very, very, very close. Shit. That's a good one. Yeah, I'm evaluating this panel. Shoot.
Decisions.
I know. I'm gonna go a slight no, because I just saw it for the first time. I need to let it simmer, so I'm gonna go a slight no. That's a tough one though. Woo.
I've seen the Raid movies. I'm not as high on them as other people are. I do think the choreography of them are great. Like it's one of those ones where it comes to like a lot of the major martial arts movies that come, like especially the ones that come from Asia, and that like I'm either hit or miss on them. Like I do quite like The Raid 2. I think it's good. And I will give it a slight yes. Stephen, what do you say about The Raid 2?
I like the first one a lot, but I never saw the second one.
Oh. You see more movies, Stephen? No, you're good.
I saw one movie for this list today.
I know you've seen a lot.
Maybe I should have chosen this instead. I don't know.
I would have. Yeah.
But Jacob, what do you say about The Raid 2?
Yeah, it's tough, because I think The Raid 2 is really good. I love the first Raid. I think just action just about from start to finish. I do like that this one. I feel like this one has a little bit more of a story to it. Man, it's tough because there's so many good part 2s out there. I'm looking at the movies that I have on my list. And I think, oh man, I'm gonna give it a slight no.
Fortunately, the Raid 2's not going to make the list.
Which is fine. I thought it might be a little
That was a
borderline,
good pick.
just because of what we have on the list. Yeah. So.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. Weirdly enough, I didn't have it on my list. I had completely forgot about it. I had to actually add it in my list to see where it ended up. But Jonathan, what is your next nomination?
I was gonna pick another superhero movie that absolutely belongs on the list, but I think somebody else is gonna bring it up, so I'm gonna pick another.
Yeah.
I am gonna pick an animated movie, an animated sequel. So, but the problem is which one? There's like three really good ones. Oh no, we have Across the Spider-Verse. Never mind. No, screw it. Okay, let's have a romantic sequel, and I think Malcolm knows what I'm gonna pick. Before Sunset. The second movie in the Before trilogy, where we see both Ethan Hawke's and Julie Delpy's characters in it's in France, right? In this movie,
Yes,
somewhere in France. Yeah, we basically see them again at like 9 years later, see where they're at in life, and let them catch up. And the more I watch this particular movie, the more romantic it is out of the three, actually, compared to Sunrise, because it's more it's not like touchy-feely. It's not your generic romantic movie. It's more like a warm and human type of romance. Like there's no kissing, there's no sex. It's just like a romantic catch-up. How that
That's good.
But how they really are, getting back to the swing of things. And then the most romantic scene is actually at the very end of the movie, like the very, very end of the movie, where you see Ethan and Hawke and Julie Delpy just have a conversation, think about what's going to happen, in the later movie. So, yeah, I'm going to go Before Sunset, shoot my shot here. If it doesn't make the list, it's fine. It's okay.
Yeah, I saw the Before trilogy for the first time last year, and I think it's all fantastic. I think I'm very slowly watching watching more of the Linklater movies, and I don't think I've got much left, but I do think he's a great storyteller. I really love Before Sunset, so yes, I'm going to say yes. Stephen, what do you say about Before Sunset?
I didn't want to have to admit this, but I'm not. I mean, this movie is okay, but I don't love it.
You have no heart.
It's I like I liked Sunrise a lot, so I don't know. Maybe my expectations for Sunset were too high, but yeah, I'm gonna have to say no. Sorry.
Jacob, what do you say about Before Sunset?
There just wasn't enough kissing and sex in it for Steven. More of that, maybe he would have been into it. No, the Before trilogy is probably, like, I hear people talk about it all the time, and it's probably one of the biggest blind spots that I have, just because people rave about this movie. I've never, until now, have not heard people say a bad thing, and it wasn't really a bad thing. People said it was good, just not. So, I unfortunately just haven't seen it. You sold it really well, though, Jonathan.
But Jordan, what do you say about Before Sunset?
These movies are really good, but like all timers, nah, not for me. Like they're great, but I mean, on an all time list, probably not. So I got to say no. Sorry,
okay, we're not going to add romance in this variety of.
Okay. People just don't like love.
Sure.
No.
Well, like Bride of Frankenstein is as close to a romance as we're going to get here.
Oh, there we go.
No. We only like love the first time, but the second time, no. Yeah.
I don't know. It always starts at love, then it transitions to shagging. Because
Yeah.
Because
I see where you're going.
I'm going.
There is another one on their list, actually.
Yeah. But for that transition, I'm going to try and get a comedy sequel on here because I I don't know how this is going to go, but I'm probably a bigger fan of Austin Powers more than others. But Austin Powers: The Spy Who Shagged Me, I think, is a really great follow up. And yeah, I think it's a lot of fun just seeing like Austin sort of explore his life in the future and all that, and then and all that, and just I think it's just one of those stories. I think it's really good. It's really funny. I think Mike Myers is great doing these multiple characters and all that, and yeah. So I don't know where this is going to go, but let's find out. Stephen, what do you say about Austin Powers: The Spy Who Shagged Me?
I love the Austin Powers movies, even the second one as well. But we only have 5 spots left, so as much as I enjoy them, I'm gonna have to give it a slight no.
Jacob, what do you say about Austin Powers: The Spy Who Shagged Me?
We're doing so well. I wasn't saying I haven't seen this movie, and now 2 in a row I have to say I haven't seen this movie. I haven't seen the Austin Powers movies.
Oh shoot.
Jordan, what do you say about Austin Powers: The Spy Who Shagged Me?
Well, there's probably like 3 or so sequels that are comedies, sequels that I like more, that would advocate for a little more. But you know what? Like on the comedies, though, I'm not as picky about like this one has to be there. Like kind of like if it's one that I like, then yeah, then I'm good with that. And I really like Austin Powers: The Spy Who Shagged Me. It's my favorite in the whole franchise. And yeah, the addition of Mini-Me is great, and like the fat bastard, and like just so many different things that like all the little puns, and like the ship flying through space looking like someone's pecker, or like what, like all these different things, you know. So yeah, so I'll say yes. Yeah, I think that it's not the one that I would have brought up, but you know what? I'll say yes.
I mean, I think we know the one you would have brought.
Maybe, yeah, but that one might get more no's than anything. So I'm like, yeah.
But Jonathan, what do you say about Austin Powers: The Spy Who Shagged Me?
No. No, this is not the comedy sequel I was going to advocate for. No. I have like 2 or 3 for sure, like fire ones.
Well, I tried, Malcolm.
No.
I tried.
It's all good.
Let's see.
But Stephen, what is the next movie you're going to bring up?
Well, I was going to go with one of 2, possibly 2 comic book sequels, but instead I'll go for a comedy sequel, comedy sci-fi. I'll go with Back to the Future Part 2.
Okay.
I love this movie almost as much as the first one, and I love the fact that the third act of the movie is him almost seeing what they do in the first movie, but you know, because they have to get, you know, the book back.
Sports Almanac, yeah.
Ray's
You know.
Sports Almanac.
Almanac,
So-
yeah.
Yeah, I love that part of the second movie, and yeah, it's just, you know, Back to the Future trilogy is probably my 3rd favorite trilogy of all time.
Jacob, what do you say about Back to the Future Part 2?
Yeah, it's getting tough because even though there are 5 spots left, that's a good amount of spots. That's still a good amount of spots. When it's a topic as broad as this, there's a lot of good choices for those spots. And I don't know. I really enjoy the Back to the Future trilogy. I do think the second one is really good, but for me, it's like I'll go back and I'll rewatch that first one all the time. Like I've seen that one. I don't even know how many times, but the second one I'm like, you know, if I get to it, I get to it. So I think I'm gonna give it a slight no. But again, if it makes the list, I'm not gonna be upset because it is a really good movie.
Jordan, what do you say about Back to the Future Part 2?
Well, this summer I went out to Las Vegas and I got to visit Biff's Pleasure Paradise, and I went upstairs and I saw Marty's mom with the fake boobs, and I saw his kids in there. I saw all them. No, but I did go to the actual, like, where they filmed it, like in Las Vegas. It's in, but just like at the end of Fremont Street. But it's yeah, and yeah, it's my favorite trilogy of all time. I mean, there's certain ways I can word that. If we're talking just a trilogy, sure, yeah, that's my favorite. And yeah, I think that it rules. I think that it's so good. It's got my favorite actor of all time, and Michael J. Fox. So yes.
Jonathan, what do you say about Back to the Future Part 2?
Wow, me and Jacob are on the same boat a lot tonight. And we're gonna be on the same boat again. Because I rewatched the first movie a lot, and then with the second movie, it's like, okay, let's see how this. Okay, I like it. Okay, cool. Yeah, and Steven's right. The third act is a lot of fun. Actually, that is my favorite part of the movie, with the chase. Him chasing the Biff with the almanac in his possession, and then the ending, of course. Yeah, and I actually prefer part 3 over part 2. So.
Wow.
I'm gonna say no. I'm gonna leave it up to you, Malcolm. It is a good movie. I just have it in the lower rankings of the sequels. It's good. Yeah, I could watch part 2 and part 3 any other day, but first one, like, I could watch it. A heartbeat.
Yeah, I'm kind of in the same boat. I think the first one is the best. Like it no matter how many, if it gets any more sequels, none of them I don't feel ever touch the first one. But I do like it enough to give it a slight yes for this. But Back to the Future Part 2 is going to make the list.
Good. I thought I was going to have to call you a butthead, Malcolm. It's good. It's good we didn't.
You know what? For that remark, let's not make it in the list.
Oh yeah, no.
I'm like, I changed my vote to no.
No, I didn't. I didn't call him that. I thought I was going to though.
See, I might have to go back to the future and change my vote, but but anyway, Jake, I think we're back on Jacob. Jacob, what is your next nomination?
Yeah, and much like my last nomination, I'll keep this one short and sweet. The Dark Knight, because it's the Dark Knight.
But Jordan, what do you say about the Dark Knight?
I'll keep it short and sweet. It's the Dark Knight, and it's got Heath Ledger as the Joker. So yes.
Jonathan, what do you say about the Dark Knight?
I'll keep it short and sweet. It has Heath Ledger in it, and it's not fully ado. So 100% yes.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, we're gonna nominate that one? Dang.
Damn, that was gonna be my next nomination.
Hell no.
It wasn't a musical,
No.
maybe.
Yeah.
I do quite like the Dark Knight. I think it's great, and just for variety's sake, because we don't have it like a pure. Even I know it's a comic book movie, but it's also a purely action movie as well. We don't have one of those on the list, so it would have been a yes for me regardless. And Stephen, what do you say about the Dark Knight?
I mean, when I said that I was between one of two comic book movies, The Dark Knight was obviously one of them. And not only is it a great comic book movie, it's a great crime thriller too. So, yeah.
But that Dark Knight's going to make the list. Jordan, we go back to you. What is your next nomination?
Well, I'm trying to decide which way to go here. Like, if we want to just straight up go for our favorite movies now, or do we want to go for like keeping
There's
it
one
like
big one.
like fresh and the variety in there? Let's see.
There is a big
I
one.
think I want to go just before we get like to the very end of this list, to a horror sequel, because I mean I know we got Bride of Frankenstein, but I want to do like a modern horror in there, and like we just got the Bone Temple out there, and I thought that it was a masterpiece. I thought it was so good, and just got me thinking back on the franchise, that I think that like probably my next favorite in the franchise is 28 Weeks Later. So I'm going to bring that up just because I just think that like the movie is just so beautifully shot, especially that opening scene with like Robert Carlyle and his family, and they're like running out the like little cottage out to the boats and all that. So it's one of my favorite openings to almost any movie. I think it's just gorgeously shot, and just like heart pounding, and you're just like on the edge of your seat, and then just really seeing how they like deal with it, like in a way where it like affects everyone in their quarantine in the city in London. I think Jeremy Renner and Rose Byrne are great in it, and there's a lot of supporting cast. We could go through it all, but I won't. But yeah, so I'll say 28 weeks later, just to see if anyone agrees.
Jonathan, what do you say about 28 weeks later?
Well, first off, I'm not in complete agreement about the Bone Temple being a masterpiece. Slow down. It's just January 26th. Slow
It
down.
was great. I loved it.
No, actually, I really, really liked it. If this doesn't make my top 15, this will be a really good year. Let's just put it that way.
Yeah.
But I digress. Yeah, Bone Temple is awesome. Check it out. Second off, I like the movie. It's been a while since I've seen 28 Weeks Later, but I do agree with the opening. Although the rest of the movie I don't remember as much. And if I had revisited, maybe I would have given it a thought. But right now, I would say no. Just because I don't remember as much compared to like 28 Days Later, and especially 28 years later. So, yeah, no.
Yeah. I don't know. It's funny enough. Like 28 Weeks Later has always been one of those ones I'm pretty sure I've seen. I just don't remember if I have or not. And I was watching someone's TikTok the other day where they're talking about 28 years later. The Bone Temple was like they say is like if like we're talking about like if UK was quarantined for that long a time, like because the quarantine started in 2002. Think of how many franchises don't exist in that world. Like we wouldn't have gotten the rest of the Harry Potter movies made. Like there's like a whole bunch of other things. It's like if they've been quarantined like since 2002, just that world is going to be really interesting with what stuff you can watch. But anyway, I digress. But yeah, so just because I don't know if I've seen it, I'm going to say no to 28 Weeks Later. Stephen, what do you say about 28 Weeks Later?
Yeah, I'd have to say no. I mean, I think 20 Weeks Later was good, but not great. So yeah, be a no for me.
And Jacob, what do you say about 28 Weeks Later?
I really enjoy 28 Days Later. I was excited. I came to it very late. I think within the last couple of years. And so I was excited to watch 28 Weeks Later. And then for whatever reason, I just felt completely let down. Like it did not reach the level of that first one. And I didn't really care for anything about it. So I'm going to say no.
Okay.
So I do have a couple of horror sequels on my list, but one of them is a movie that I think I'm the only one that loves it.
I might have
I will
an
say
idea.
very quickly, I'm surprised they didn't release like a free pack of 28 Days, Weeks, and Years when they released the DVDs of 28 Years Later.
Yeah, right. And
yeah,
should have.
But Jonathan, what is your next nomination?
I was going to bring up another like sequel that is out of genre, but I have to bring this up before it's too late because I think we're going to have people like commenting and be panic stricken. Well, I'm just going to give it a thumbs up to this movie here. Yeah, as I descend into the lava, I'm going to Terminator 2 Judgment Day. Yeah, I think that it's the more heartwarming and humanistic of the franchise, but also it's action driven. It's action packed. There's some amazing sequences in there. A great villain from Robert Patrick, and Arnold Schwarzenegger is at his very best in the franchise. He really carries that to a T. So Judgment Day.
Yeah, I've come around on the Terminator franchise recently. Like there was a while ago where it was like I was not the biggest fan of Terminator 2. I like it enough. I'm still not as high on it as other people. But I still think it's good. But we are getting to the final three, and so I'm going to give it a slight no, but I think I know where this is going to go anyway. But Stephen, what do you say about T2 Judgment Day?
I mean, it's got everything: action, humor, emotion, and Schwarzenegger is actually really funny in the movie too.
Yeah.
So, yeah, easy yes.
Jacob, what do you say about T2 Judgment Day?
Man, between you and Terminator and then Jordan and Godfather, when it comes time to rank these, it's going to be kind of interesting to see where these fall. Because yeah, I think T2 deserves to be on the list. It's one of those. It's much like Aliens, where I feel like the Terminator, very much more horror driven, and then we switch genres with this one. It's more action heavy, and I think it absolutely works. And I love the switch. Whereas again, it's another one of those. Are you Terminator 2? And I think there's an argument to be made for both. I still don't know where I fall on that, so don't ask me, please. But I do know that it deserves to be on the list, so I'm going to say yes.
And Jordan, what do you say about T2?
Well, I say that somebody needs to tell James Cameron to get off his Avatar fetish and come back to making movies like this or something similar, something original. Maybe I mean it wouldn't be original to do another one, but I wouldn't care. I mean, at least it's not Avatar, But yeah, Terminator 2, Judgment Day. I mean, yeah, at a convention, I met like the three main stars besides Arnold. I mean, I met Edward Furlong, I met Linda Hamilton, and then I met Michael Biehn, and yeah, they were all awesome. And that's an easy yes because it's got everything in it, like Steven said. So yeah.
I'm almost tempted to, as a joke, go for the other T2. But
we're gonna go with most like disturbing like dramas or something. I don't know.
Well, but
there's not many out there actually.
Yeah,
not really.
But I'm gonna go for a sequel which kind of surprised me when it came out, and I also don't know how people end up feeling about this because, in my opinion, this is this part 2. The other one's just it's confusing, but it's like, anyway, to clear that fire up, I'm going for Jumanji: Welcome to the Jungle. Yes, like technically Zephyr is in the same universe, but I see this as more like an MCU type thing in which you got the Jumanji one and the Zephyr one, but they're two separate. They don't connect, like so to speak. But anyway, I think Jumanji: Welcome to the Jungle, I think, was a very surprising entry, and I think it was surprising by how good it was and how much they did, how it kind of like still connected well and just had treated the original movie with respect and all that, and just I think it was a lot of fun. And so see how this goes. I don't know how it's going to go, but Stephen, what do you say about Jumanji: Welcome to the Jungle?
I highly enjoyed it. I mean, it's very funny. Actually, Karen Gillan has, when she's there's one scene with her that's one of the funniest scenes I've ever seen in a movie. It's just laugh out loud hilarious. But as a whole, I would probably say no, just because there's, as much as I enjoy it, I think there's even better movies out there.
Jacob, what do you say about Jumanji: Welcome to the Jungle?
Yeah, it's weird because I'm gonna praise this movie so much because I think it's, as far as Kevin Hart and The Rock go, I think this is their best like team up, like their best comedy movie together. I think Jack Black, arguably his funniest role, because I think he just absolutely kills it and nails it. But again, like I think like as a whole, like it's really good. It's funny. I laughed a lot, and it was a lot better than I thought it had any right to be. But yeah, like just compared to a lot of these other part 2s, like it just falls a little short for me. So while I enjoy the movie, I'm gonna have to say no.
Jordan, what do you say about Jumanji: Welcome to the Jungle?
So now, if we were talking about because I do want to actually somehow do something with the list. I've been kind of tinkering around. I don't know what I would do, but like my biggest movie surprises of all time, there would definitely be in the conversation because I didn't really expect a lot from it, and man, like it was like really good. And I'm glad you went with Welcome to the Jungle. Because when you look up lists, it says the second one is the Next Level, which is off. It's not right, but the second one with that cast. But and I hate to do it to my girl Karen Gillan because she's my number one celebrity crush. But I think that does fall a little short of some of these other sequels that we could bring up. So yeah, I'll have to say no.
It's all right, Jordan. I don't think Karen Gillan's watching, but Karen Gillan, if you are watching, hit me up. I'll get you on for an interview. Jonathan,
well, apologies to Karen Gillan. No.
She just unsubscribed.
Dang it.
But Jonathan, what do you say about Jumanji: Welcome to the Jungle?
Yeah, it's a very good movie, but I would have gone with the technicality that I think is just after the fact, because it was promoted as kind of a spin-off where it's its own thing. So I think I would have just said no for that. But it's a very good movie. I actually laughed, and I do agree it's some of Jack Black's best work and some of Kevin Hart's best work. So yeah, so I'm gonna say no.
But
I'm looking forward to the next one.
Yeah, same.
Better than the Next Level.
Stephen, what is the next movie you're going to bring up?
All right, I will go with this one for my next one. Another sci-fi movie, and I think it's actually the first one is considered a beloved classic, but I actually like this one even more, and that's Blade Runner 2049.
Oh shit!
Jonathan, just like somewhere in the background. Oh shit! This comes out of nowhere.
Jacob, what do you say about
All right.
49?
Yeah.
And I had quite the opposite reaction because I'm just like, okay. Like I enjoyed the first one. I do think like there's some good technical stuff to the movie, but as far as like the story and everything around it, like it just wasn't for me. I get the love for it. I absolutely do. And if it does make the list, I understand. I totally get it. It's just one of those where I fall into the minority, and sometimes that happens.
But Jordan, what do you say about Blade Runner 2049?
So this used to be a movie that like I wasn't that high on. I used to be like, like it's fine. But I think that I connected it too much to the original one, that it's like that it's just like that kind of clouded my judgment kind of, because this is one of the movies, like there's a handful of movies that have really improved upon rewatches for me where I first would say that no, I don't like this movie, and then now I love it, and like Blade Runner 2049 is one of those movies. Like I think it's just absolutely gorgeous. One of the most beautifully shot movies that I've like almost ever seen. And it's just, and like some of the different like fights. I gave an opening fight with like Ryan Gosling and Dave Bautista, and then like of course you got to bring back Harrison Ford, and then Ana de Armas has been great lately. Like she's becoming one of my more favorite actresses, and yeah, I just think that it's awesome. So this is one maybe I wouldn't run it myself, but it's in the realm where if someone else brings it up, I'll say yes. So I'll say yes.
Jonathan, what do you say about Blade Runner 2049?
Here's the thing: I love this movie, and I was going to bring up another Villeneuve sequel, but the thing is, knowing two other people here, don't think this may happen. So
yeah.
No, I love this movie. I actually do prefer it over the original. After seeing it like 3 or 4 times, because it expands on the mythology of Rick Deckard in this world, but also the Ryan Gosling character is very interesting and how they handle that character. The basically Villeneuve fools you a little bit, and there's some great action, great cinematography by Roger Deakins, a great romance, actually a great tragic romance. between Gosling and Ana de Armas. Also, a little backstory with what happened to Rachel. Yeah, it's just a gorgeous film. It's a fantastic movie. Yeah, I'm going to shoot my shot for Villeneuve here. So I don't think, I'm not going to nominate Dune because I think it's just too soon. So I'll go Blade Runner 2049. I'll say yes.
But yeah, I'm not that high in the first Blade Runner, but Blade Runner 2049, I thought was fantastic, and I just thought it was just really great. And it's another one that I just forgot about and had to sort of add to my list to find out where I would put it. But it's at a position where I would say yes to. So I'm saying yes to Blade Runner 2049.
That's a great pick.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's great.
Got one spot left.
Oh, good luck, Jordan.
And then there was one.
Good luck.
Yeah.
Your turn, Jordan.
No, it's my turn.
I thought it was
your
Jacob.
turn.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, sorry,
Jacob. So good luck, Jacob.
Good luck, Jacob.
Yeah, I'm gonna shoot my shot because I would love to see at least one more animated movie on the list. So I'm gonna go for it. I'm gonna go with Toy Story 2. I think Toy Story 2 is fantastic. I think Toy Story, 1, 2, and 3. It's one of those trilogies where if you say either one of those is your favorite of those three movies, I say I get it. Because we have these characters established, and now we can kind of just jump into the story. We see the friendship of Woody and Buzz grow. We get the introduction of these other characters, the Prospector Gang, Jesse, Stinky Pete, Bullseye. I think the voice cast again is excellent. The animation, for the late 90s, I think is really good. I think it holds up. And to think that this was going to be a direct to video sequel, and they're like, no, let's put this in theaters, and it became a success. So yeah, I'm gonna shoot my shot for Toy Story 2 to try to get another animated movie on the list.
Jordan, what do you say about Toy Story 2?
So I just have several other animated movies ranked higher than this because Toy Story 2 is actually my least favorite of the whole series, and all of them. And that's not saying that it's bad at all, because I actually loved Toy Story 2, and it's one of two that makes me tear up, that like Jesse's scene and yeah, the stuff with Al's Toy Barn and all that stuff. It's fun stuff. It's Zurg, you get to see him in there. So, but it's fun. But yeah, I think I got to say no though.
Jonathan, what do you say about Toy Story 2?
Yeah, you got my heart on this one, Jacob. Jeez. Yeah, I love this movie. I think it's a wonderful movie, a wonderful part of the trilogy or the series now. Oh, why did you make Toy Story 4?
Yeah, but, why?
I think that it's a worthy addition to the movie, to the series, and you get to know Woody more. You get to understand the dynamic between Woody and Buzz. Jesse's introduction, of course, somebody loved me sequence, and it's also pretty funny. I think you could deem it as the funniest movie of the series. You can say that. So, yeah, why not? Toy Story 2. Yeah.
This is tough for me, but I do really like Toy Story 2. I think the Toy Story franchise, I think, is all really good. I know I'm a defender of Toy Story 4, but there's another animated movie I got much higher than this that I think should be on this list, that I'm going to say it's like no to Toy Story 2. Stephen, what do you say about Toy Story 2?
You're muted.
I don't like the fact that it's down to me. But I mean, as far as animated movies goes, it's the one that I would definitely go with. I'm looking at my list, seeing as much as I love that, I don't think that would make the list. So you know what? I'll say yes.
All right, there you have it.
That Toy Story 2 is going to make the list.
Oh, that's it. Okay.
It was a lot shorter of an episode than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good.
I thought this was going to
Nice
take a
shot.
lot more than just one when we got to the final spot.
I still got a little prep to do for my next show, but not much. It's very minimal. But
No, I have a lot of space now, but
But with that we've still got to rank these. But Jordan, what are some honorable mentions that you had?
yeah. So my next pick would have agreed that we could have 2 Spider-Mans on the list. So Spider-Man 2, I would have brought up that. Probably X2 because that's one of my favorite, like, of the whole entire franchise, because I love that opening scene with Nightcrawler. I would have shot my shot for Home Alone 2, Lost in New York. I think it's good. John Wick Chapter 2, even though it's my least favorite of maybe the whole franchise, I still would have brought it up. 22 Jump Street for another comedy.
that would have been my next nomination.
Yeah, or maybe Ted 2. I could have brought up that one too. That's another one in contention. I had Pirates of the Caribbean, Dead Man's Chest on there. Doctor Sleep.
Yeah,
That's a good call.
that's a good one.
Which would have been a sequel to The Shining. And then The Karate Kid Part 2. And I'll throw in Gremlins 2 because that sequel is like bonkers and I love it. So yeah.
Jonathan, what are some honorable mentions that you had?
Okay, I'm not gonna copy what he said. Well, obviously Dune Part 2 I had on my list, and then the other 2020s movie was Top Gun Maverick. Yeah, that was one that I was like, probably the best of the sequels of the 2020s for me. I think it really holds up extremely well. Shrek 2. Was in contention.
That would have been the other animated one. That if someone would have said Shrek 2, I would have said yes.
Yeah. How to Train Your Dragon 2. Evil Dead 2. And Lethal Weapon 2. Yeah.
Ooh,
That's I think there's one. I think if I were to be a little picky, I think I would have picked a Desperado. If you think
I didn't even think of that one. Yeah.
Yeah, because isn't it part of a trilogy, El Mariachi trilogy, or
Yeah,
is it just its own thing?
I think it's the middle part of that trilogy, but yeah,
maybe it's its own thing. But yeah, I think that one, and then just as a nostalgic pick, I would have gone Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets.
Yeah. For me, I would have had What Becomes of the Broken Hearted, the sequel to Once with Warriors. I had Sione's Reading 2.
What? I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay. For me, I would have brought up Final Destination 2. Avatar the Way of Water. Avatar the Way of Water, I think is great. Pearl, I think is great.
Pearl, yeah.
A Quiet Place Part 2. I think it's great. Glass Onion, I think, is fantastic. I would have been the only one here as well. I would have brought up Pokemon 2000. Also, I will say Jonathan did kind of underestimate me when it comes to Dune Part 2. Like, while I'm not as high on the Dune movies, I do like them. I would have brought up Dune Part 2.
And I would have said yes, so that means you would have made it in.
I would have make it.
I wouldn't have, but it's just
damn. Hey, we got Denis Villeneuve on the list. It's cool.
Yeah.
But Stephen, what have you honorable mentions that you had?
I love Die Hard 2 nearly as much as I love the first one. Almost as much. Not quite. But,
Good movie, though.
Yeah.
Superman 2, I almost bought up. That was like when I said I was between one of two comic book movies. Although I also love Captain America: The Winter Soldier. Okay, this is gonna be a real hot take because the Spider-Man movie that I love is The Amazing Spider-Man 2.
Oh, geez. Yikes.
The horror sequel that the two horror sequels that I really liked are The Conjuring 2 and also, and I know this one's I'm the only one that loves this, and that's It Chapter 2. Dawn of the Planet of the Apes. One of the reasons I wouldn't bring this up is because I'm not even sure this counts, if the Creed movies count with the Rocky movies or not. But
Creed.
But I almost could have gone with Creed 2. And The Bourne Supremacy, Hellboy 2, The Golden Army, Kill Bill Volume 2, and
I didn't think of Kill Bill Volume 2.
and a couple comedy sequels. Shanghai Nights, I actually always loved that one, and The Naked Gun 2.5, The Smell of Fear.
And Jacob, what are some honorable mentions that you had?
Yeah, just some that weren't mentioned already. Paddington 2, I love Paddington 2. Batman Returns, I think is great. Rocky 2, I think is fantastic. And then if we're counting Creed as its own separate franchise, it's weird. The Incredibles 2, I think is fantastic. And then a horror sequel that I really love, because I think Scream 2 is better than Scream for me personally. But
It's a good one.
Yeah, it's good.
I had that on my maybe list.
I think it's almost on par as the first. Yeah,
I agree with that.
And then Temple of Doom. I think those.
And a couple that there's not a lot there, but a couple that Leo brought up in the chat that no one else said: Batman Returns and Superman 2. But a lot of the other
I think
ones
those were both said.
Yeah. Well, the honorable mentions.
Yeah.
Oh,
But,
one more thing. I would have said Police Story 2.
Ooh,
Rush Hour
that's a good one.
2.
Rush Hour 2, yeah. Yeah, that was on my list.
Oh, and Split. I love Split.
Ah,
I forgot about that. Oh, fudge.
Shoot.
Yeah, and
I forgot about that too. Yeah.
as much as I wanted to bring it up, I wanted to say Ace Ventura: Nature Calls, but I know no one's going to be on board with me with that.
I might have said yes to that. I actually do love that movie.
Oh, nice.
I mean, and just so people don't yell at us, we talked about this in the private chat. Hot Fuzz 2, yes, it is the part 2 in that thing. There's a lot of I don't think anyone was brave enough to bring it up because there's a lot of factors on. Is it really a direct sequel and all that? But it's like we all like it. You'll know how we think about it.
It's great.
But,
yes.
But one of the other ones that I forgot to mention, Wayne's World 2, if you build it, they will come in the Wayne stock.
Oh, it's good.
But with that, it's time to rank what we've got on this list. And just to remind people what we've got here, we've got Star Trek: The Wrath of Khan, Spider-Man: Across the Spider-Verse, Lord of the Rings: Two Towers, The Godfather Part 2, Bride of Frankenstein, Aliens, Empire Strikes Back, Back to the Future Part 2, The Dark Knight, T2 Judgment Day, Blade Runner 2049, and Toy Story 2.
It's gonna be a tough list to rank. Ugh.
Yeah.
Eesh.
But Stephen, what do you have at number 12?
Even though I'm the one that brought it up, I have Back to the Future 2.
Jacob, what do you have at number 12?
I'm torn between 3 that I said no to. I'll go Blade Runner.
Jordan, what do you have at 12?
I have Toy Story 2.
Jonathan, what do you have at 12?
I'm with one of them. The one has the faces on hands on their face, so I'm gonna go Back to the Future Part 2.
I've got Toy Story 2. So Jacob, Back to the Future Part 2 or Toy Story 2?
I said no to one of those movies, and that was Back to the Future Part 2.
Wah, wah.
Also, can you put Toy Story 2 in the private chat just so when you have a moment? Again,
I had it typed out. For some reason I thought I'd pressed
Yeah,
enter.
okay,
but
you got it. Yeah,
Great. It happens.
it's cool. Wow, someone has a time machine out in the front yard. The DeLorean. Yeah,
I live off one of those streets where people like to drive fast, even though they probably shouldn't.
Yeah.
88 miles per hour.
On a
But,
good day.
but Jacob, what do you have at 11?
I'm gonna stick with Blade Runner.
Jordan, what do you have at 11?
And you're muted. I don't know.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, Toy Story 2. Yeah. Did you miss
Jonathan,
my 88 miles per hour? A joke that I said before Jonathan said anything about the time machine, but I was muted. Sorry. Anyways.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be number 11. Toy Story 2.
Toy Story 2. Stephen.
Toy Story 2.
You guys are insane.
Well, if it's Toy Story 3, then that would be different.
If it was Toy Story 3, it'd be a completely different list.
Yeah, right.
It'll be part 3's of movie franchises, which I think there's a few coming out this year, which I might be on the poll
Yeah.
for that.
It would be really high up.
Yeah.
Oh,
There's
shoot.
strong
Now
list
we
in
get
one
it's
movie.
really difficult. Wait, what did I? No, that's not right. That's right.
It's an easy choice, you guys. Just follow my lead.
All right, I'm gonna have this for
It's gonna be a little while, just a little bit.
I don't think I can quite do that.
But Jordan, what do you have at number 10?
The Godfather Part 2.
No way.
Yeah.
Jonathan.
Hell no. Star Trek 2. Star Trek 2.
Star Trek 2, The Wrath of Khan. Stephen.
I know I'm gonna have this for a long time, although maybe not as long as Jordan's pick.
Yeah.
The Empire Strikes Back.
Oh, no way.
And Jacob.
Are we freaking insane here?
Not that it matters, but I still would want Blade Runner.
But Star Trek 2, The Wrath of Khan.
That's fine.
Which that would have been my next vote. I had Blade Runner argument. So
Two of you are insane. Yeah, and the dog agrees. Yeah.
Well, I don't vote for movies that I haven't seen, and everything else are movies that that are all timers to me.
Wait.
Yeah.
Wait. You
Yeah.
said you don't vote for movies that you haven't seen.
Yeah,
I see.
I haven't seen Across the Spider-Man, Across the Spider-Verse. I haven't seen Bride of Frankenstein. I think that's it.
But this might be an interesting round of voting. I don't know, but Jonathan, what do you have at 10?
Yeah, I think it might
9.
How do you mean 9?
No.
9?
Yeah, 9. Yeah, that's what I meant.
Because I don't see 10 on there. I have Across the Spider-Verse.
I've got T2 Judgment Day.
Oh my god.
Oh,
Stephen.
no.
No.
Empire Strikes-
Oh no.
Jacob.
Yeah,
I've got Blade Runner.
You know what?
Jordan.
well, should I change my vote real quick?
I'm gonna-
I mean, it's up to you. Otherwise, we'll go to the chat. So,
You know what? I'm going to change it. I'm going to go Across the Spider-Verse.
You are insane.
Sorry.
You guys are insane.
Just because I don't want it to come down to like some weird like tiebreaker.
That's how the show works, though.
What would have been
well,
my
I
next
think,
vote?
I think what Jordan was meaning is it
I'm
going to
kinda
the
lost
chat
here.
when you don't know where they're going to go.
Yeah, right.
I think that that adds to the show.
Wait.
I think.
Hold on.
Yeah.
I'm lost. Oh, okay. Never mind. I'm good. So 9 is Across the
You don't want to
Spider-Verse.
include the
Yeah.
chat. I value
chat.
Leo's opinion.
One of you is going to be happy. I'll tell you why in a moment.
Okay. Do your vote? Oh, okay. Never mind.
Alright.
I'm not gonna say.
But we're on to 8, and I'm going with T2 Judgment Day.
Mm-mm.
Stephen.
Empire.
Jacob.
No.
Blade Runner.
Oh,
Jordan.
No. The Godfather Part 2.
Jonathan.
If I have to sacrifice, I have to go Blade Runner 2049.
Okay. That's fine.
I'll put it at 8. It's cool.
Now it gets tough.
Yeah. Yeah, the 8th best sequel of all time. That's not bad for Blade Runner 2049.
Yeah, that's what I was like. That's fine.
Not the 8th best sequel, just the 8th best part 2.
Part 2, yeah, that's true.
If we were doing sequels, I think there's a conversation to be had.
Yeah.
It doesn't even makes the list.
But Stephen, we're back to you. Not that I have to ask, but then that goes to at least 2 other people here too, including me. It's, Jacob.
I'm gonna go. I'm trying to remember what's off already.
So what we've got left on the list, we've got Lord of the Rings: The Two Towers, Godfather Part 2, Bride of Frankenstein, Aliens, Empire Strikes Back, The Dark Knight, and T2 Judgment Day.
Okay, yeah. Bride of Frankenstein.
Jordan.
The Godfather Part 2.
Jonathan.
All right, Jacob, let's continue our mind meld here. The Bride of Frankenstein.
Oh, okay.
T2 Judgment Day.
Yeah.
But Bride of Frankenstein is going to be at 7.
Now, I'm going to be honest.
The next 6 are all.
The remaining 6, it's going to be heartbreaking because one is not top 5.
Well, one that was in my top 3 is at number 9. So I get the heartbreak.
What do I sacrifice?
Yep. Which one of your children are you going to sacrifice first?
Yeah. I'm so sorry. I am so sorry.
But, Jordan, what do you have at 6?
Well, I hope I haven't made a horrible error, but I switched it. I went to The Empire Strikes Back.
Jonathan.
Terminator 2.
T2 Judgment Day. Stephen.
Empire Strikes Back.
Ooh, so send it.
Jacob.
T2.
All right.
T2.
Yeah, you know what? That's fine because we have to. At least one James Cameron movie is going to make the top 5.
Well, my vote was going to be Aliens, but then I would have been the tiebreaker anyway. So I figured I'll just make the tie instead, which might give away my number 5 vote.
Jonathan, what do you have at 5?
All right, now this gets extremely tough. So I'm going to put the Two Towers.
Aliens. Stephen.
Empire.
Jacob.
Aliens.
Jordan.
And Empire.
Motherfucker.
Jonathan, Aliens or Empire Strikes Back?
What space movie do you like more?
Yeah.
Right. I gotta say sorry to my partner in crime, Austin. Aliens. I lived with Star Wars longer. Sorry.
Yeah. Star Wars is Star Wars.
I mean, it's one of those cases. But between those 2 movies, I don't think Austin will be that upset about because I know he loves Star Wars as well. So
yeah.
We've got 4 left, which is Lord of the Rings: Two Towers, Godfather Part 2, Empire Strikes Back, and Dark Knight.
I really have no idea what's going to be number 1. And usually I have some kind of idea, but I don't now.
Well, one movie I
kinda
haven't
have
been
an
ready for
idea.
at all.
One, yeah. There's one I remember.
I mean, maybe until now though, but because for number 4, I've got the Dark Knight.
Never mind. There it is.
Oh,
there
okay.
you go.
Until now.
Stephen, what do you have it for?
Empire.
Jacob.
I'll go the Two Towers here.
Jordan.
I got Empire.
Jonathan.
Uh-huh.
I'm sorry, Malcolm. Two Towers. Uh-oh.
Ooh.
So,
What's it gonna be?
So you may think I'm going one way, but I might actually go the other way. Because one of them I do like a lot, and I want to make sure I've actually not got it as a 10-second timer, because apparently there's no option to have it as default, but it's going to be Lord of the Rings 2 Towers at 4.
Really? Oh man, I'm surprised by that.
I mean, these other Star Wars, I like the other Lord of the Rings movies more. But with that, Stephen, what do you have at number 3?
Still Empire.
Jacob.
Yeah, it's tough because these top 3, they might be my favorite in their respective franchises. I'm gonna go Godfather Part 2.
Jordan.
If you know me, in these rounds, you can kind of predict me. I don't ever vote for the same movie more than 3 times in a row. So I'm back on the Godfather Part 2.
Jonathan.
The Dark Knight.
I'm also going The Dark Knight.
Oh, shoot, Steven.
So, Stephen, Godfather Part 2 or The Dark Knight at 3?
Oh. The Dark Knight.
Oh.
Can't be mad at it though. Like it's so tough.
Yeah, I know. I just don't think the one I'm voting for is should be number 1, but it probably will be.
But now we're voting for the number 1 movie. And it's between
it's pretty apparent.
It's between Empire Strikes Back and The Dark Knight.
I'm okay with either being number 1.
No, number 1's pretty apparent because you two have been voting.
I'm okay with either one. I'm cool.
And somebody earlier might have said that one of these choices is their favorite movie of all time.
And they both have dark endings.
So
yeah, they both have dark endings here. So
sure.
One of them actually has. I mean, they both kind of have a dark father as well.
Yeah.
But
it went to the dark side. Yeah.
The Dark Knight has a dark ending, kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going.
Jordan, what do you have at number 1?
I'm going Empire.
Jonathan, what do you have at number 1?
You broke my heart. You broke my heart. The Godfather Part 2.
The Godfather Part 2. So Steve.
Oh no!
What do you have at number 1?
Godfather Part 2.
Yeah.
I thought so.
It would have been funny if Steve was playing the long game. It's like, you know what? Everyone's trying to pick up on movies.
You know, I'm more of a Star Trek guy than a Star Wars guy.
I think there's only 2 movies that I said no to, and one of them made number 1. So
because it's that good.
It's all good. Yeah, it's all good. No. I totally understand that I do think that the Godfather Part 2 is great. It's my favorite of the Godfather franchise. It's just I have a hard time saying all timer, but
with that, and it's each their own. But with that, it's time to recap on the top 12. At number 12, got Back to the Future Part 2. At 11, we got Toy Story 2. At 10, we got Star Trek 2: The Wrath of Khan. At 9, we got Spider-Man: Across the Spider-Verse. At 8, we got Blade Runner 2049. At 7, we got Bride of Frankenstein. At 6, we got T2 Judgment Day. At 5, we got Aliens. At 4, we got Lord of the Rings: The Two Towers. At 3, we got The Dark Knight. At 2, we got Empire Strikes Back. And number 1, we got The Godfather Part 2. But it's one of those ones I don't think, funny enough, I think I don't think many people would be too upset with what made the list, just because there's a lot of good Part 2s out there.
Yeah.
There's a lot.
Yeah, there's a lot.
But with that, next week, the topic is going to be top 12 Ray Fiennes movies in honor of 28 Weeks Later, The Burnt Temple.
Harry
So that
Potter
should be
is dead.
Yeah.
So it should be a really interesting list there. But Stephen, we can be for you online.
You can just find me, all around social media at Steven Shepard and Letterboxd S Shepard82. I'm here and there around.
Jacob, we can be for you online.
Yeah, I don't do much online much anymore. If you're in the state of Washington and you want to come watch some comedy sometime, hit me up. But I pop up here. I pop up on JPO's channel, wherever people will have me. Just nothing consistent. So thanks for having me.
Jordan, we can be for you online.
Well, speaking of the Ray Fiennes for next week for Renko, yeah. After I saw the Bone Temple, I went on in my car and I cranked up the Iron Maiden because I was like just hyped by that. I'm like, yes, let's go. But if you've seen it, then you understand that reference. But yeah, you can find us. Just go over to the movieheronetwork.com. I won't share too much like I do on my own channel, but shortly after this at 7 p.m. or no. It's 7 p.m. my time, 9 p.m. Eastern time. We're going to be doing our honorable mentions podcast of the year. So we're going to have a roundtable discussion of not necessarily the movies that made your top 12, but anything that's like just outside of that. And then we're just going to kind of shout them out and just show them some love and talk about it. Jonathan's going to be there, so that should be a fun time. And then all this week we're breaking down the movies of 2025. So it's an all 2025 week. We're doing our Best of 2025 ladder series, so Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and then followed by next Sunday we'll be doing our top 12 of the year. We're just leaving a little anticipation, some extra time for us to maybe watch one or two movies that we might have missed or however many we can cram in. And yeah, just go over and subscribe to the Movie Hero Network, because we really appreciate it. So thank you.
And Jonathan, we can be for you online.
Yeah, this was a worthy discussion. Thanks, Malcolm. You can find me on social media platforms on Twitter, Instagram, Letterboxd, Blue Sky, and Threads at different variations of Cinecaro. Instagram, I'm starting a new tournament after wrapping up the Movies of 2025 tournament. Sinners won. Yeah, Sinners won.
Nice. Okay.
It was very close between that one and, of course, the other competition was one battle after another. So it was between those two. Yeah, so it was very close. So Sinners won. The next tournament starting tomorrow is going to be movies featuring a bad boss. In honor of Send Help.
The Sharks.
I think I have it on the list. Yes.
Horrible Bosses 2 for a second in the franchise, right?
No. So basically, I'm just focusing more on corporate bosses, not like bosses as a whole, because obviously I would put Godfather Part 2 on the list. So
Office Space should win that, right? Yeah.
I think maybe a heavy favorite. There's one or two others that I think is gonna be strong, but so that's what's gonna be tomorrow. Movies featuring a bad boss in honor of Send Help. And let's see, Austin and I were in competition last night, going up against John Mayer and Will Cohen for a title match. Look it up; it was kind of fun. On the Pierce Co. And I'm gonna be busy this week starting tonight with I'm gonna be on the Movie Hero Network actually very shortly.
Busy week.
Honorable mentions, just shout out all these movies, and also be on part 1 and part 2 of Talking Movies of 2025 with Jordan, and also Malcolm's on both, I believe, too. So it was gonna a very good year for movies. So that's it.
This is going to be a very busy week for me as well. Because I've got once again, as Jonathan said, I'm on part 1 and 2 of the 2005 tournaments there. And then me and Dan will be here somewhere in between those two parts with Gone with the Wind. We will do our final Oscar predictions. And which is going to be really interesting. And
There's some
I'm
tough
still not confident on some categories either. And you can also find me popping up here and there. I'll be back next week with Rankum hosting with Rankum doing top 12 Ray Fonz movies. Spear from the past, I'm looking to bring for that to come back next week as well. We'll be talking about TNA Final Resolution from December of 2008. But and so that's everything that's happening. But until next time, have fun and enjoy the movies. As I do this to end the stream.
Small chance